Welcome to Offensive, where we've got Scatman Fever, Scataboo. We're going to talk about a lot of fun things in week 4 this week. Breakout players, breakout teams that are going to maybe tank and just, go for a complete redo. Who knows? But this is what we think they should do. We're going to tell everybody what we think is going to happen, what we think what they should do, and because why not? We're going to be offensive about it. And our first segment is games of the week that are coming up with Neckbeard.
All right, so there are a ton of really fun games this week. I'm just going to mention a couple on the top of my head, and then we're going to go to you guys to see which ones you like the most. So just off the top, we've got Pittsburgh versus Minnesota, right? So Aaron Rodgers playing the Vikings. That could be really good. We got Tampa Bay versus the Eagles, which could be awesome. Chicago versus the Raiders could be interesting. Rams versus Colts. I think everyone's looking at that game, seeing if the Colts are actually for real. I know some of us are still wondering. Dallas versus Green Bay on Sunday Night Football. We've got we've got the Giants against the Panthers, which could be good. Or Chargers, excuse me. Jackson Dart's first game against the Chargers could be really interesting. Jacksonville, San Francisco, sneaky good game. I kind of want to watch that, right? So there's a bunch in there. So I'm going to go to Chief. Of all those games, which one are you looking forward to the most?
Oh, the one that you didn't mention at all. I want the Browns at the Lions.
Why are you interested in that? Please tell me.
I want to see that Browns defensive line go against that Lions run game. I think that's going to be fantastic. Watching how they decimated Green Bay's offensive line, which Green Bay felt good about before the season. The Lions, historically, their strength has been that line. They got some younger guys in there. Now this is going to be their first litmus test. The Packers and the Browns, they're the two best defenses in the league. They win differently. The Browns punch you in the face with those front four. It's going to be fantastic to see because, the Lions, they ran all over the Ravens. The Ravens defense ain't what it was last year. They still got time to recover, but I think that's going to be a fantastic matchup. It's going to be in the classic, just punch them in the mouth. And then when you see the other side, the passing game, if I was the Lions, I just try to throw all day, except you can get pass rush with those 2D tackles. They can get in Goff's face and mess stuff up. So a lot of fun dimensions about that. That's going to be a real fun.
That could be an upset special again. The Browns defense is way better than I thought they were.
Yeah. I mean, yes and no. I think the Lions offense is better than the Packers offense still.
I think their line is better than the Packers line right now.
And honestly, dude, like the fact that the 5 Browns players had like 90s on PFF and they had like the greatest defensive line performance of all time. I don't know how repeatable that is.
No, but it's still amazing.
Yeah, it
just
is.
To be able to do it.
It is. And it's in Detroit though, and Detroit's going to score enough.
Yeah, Detroit is at home.
I think the Browns defense is going to hold them in check. And what I mean by that is probably like 24 points, which, for the Lions is still pretty low. There's no chance in hell the Browns offense.
The Lions will break out for some big plays when they can get past the line.
Yeah.
I wasn't calling for the Browns to win the game. I just thought it'd be a really fun game to watch.
I get that. No, that is interesting. I do want to see, it's like when, an unstoppable force meets a, immovable object.
You mean an immovable object like Joe Flacco?
No, I do not mean Joe Flacco.
0 sacks this last weekend.
All right. Yeah. Dude, that's a little disappointing too, isn't it? All right. That's a good call. That's a good shout out. That is an interesting game. Okay, Hype, what game do you want to watch the most?
So the big game that I'm looking at is Philadelphia and Tampa Bay. I want to know who in the NFC is legit. Is Tampa Bay actually? Tampa Bay is always an under the radar team that people want to hype up and be like, oh, they're so good, but they're kind of really not. You know what I mean? Like, how good are they really? They look kind of good. They have a lot of kind of similar to what happens with the Packers a lot. They have a lot of players everywhere that are exciting. Good running back, good wide receivers or whatever, right? I don't know how good the Tampa Bay's world defense is, so this will be a good test. Right now, this weekend is the end of the first kind of like quarter of the season or whatever, right? Like ish, game 4 of the season. Buys are going to be next week, so I think we're going to find a way more about Tampa Bay, Philadelphia, and these teams. Are they contenders or pretenders? Are the Eagles the best team in the NFC? So far, they're kind of ish. Them and the Lions look really good. The Packers look good, but we just don't know really yet until they have to play more good teams. That's really what's going to tell the tale What just like when the Packers played against the Browns and they played a good defense, like a defense that played way better than other teams, they finally had a test and they failed it. So now, like, these are going to happen more with these teams that are undefeated or doing well. They're going to have like issues come up that they have to overcome, and we'll see. Like, Philadelphia won the game the last second by blocking a field goal and then running it back right in the game against the Rams. And can they keep that up? Can they keep winning games? Maybe they'll be like the how the Chiefs did last year. The Chiefs kept winning these games like last minute all the time. That might be the Eagles this year, right? And just make it to the Super Bowl off pure like willpower to win or luck or whatever, right? So we're gonna find that out. And I'm also really excited about Baltimore and Kansas City because I think both of those teams are not as good as we think they are. I think Baltimore's defense is terrible, and I think Kansas City's offense is kind of terrible. Their defense is like kind of like here hit and miss, and Baltimore's offense is a little bit hit and miss too. If you can get in Lamar's face now and mess with him, like he looked human at the end of that last game last weekend.
All right, no, I like that game. I definitely, dude. Tampa Bay is sneaky. They just win games kind of ugly. Eagles win games kind of ugly. Someone's gonna win ugly today.
What's our fun weekly tracker that we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks?
Baker for MVP, baby.
That's
right now, just for S&G, I think it'd be funny. Right now, BetMGM has him plus 2,000. Why
Put
not just throw some money down?
Yeah.
This would be the game. His odds, if he wins this game, Mike Evans is already declared out. It's Friday.
Yeah.
Mike Evans is going to be out. Chris Godwin's coming back from injury. He's not going to be his full self. You got Igbuka, the rookie.
Is Godwin even playing?
He was a full participant in practice.
Okay.
Oh, I thought they ruled him out
for the first time.
So he was full participant in practice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's not going to. He's still listed as questionable. Full participant on Friday and Wednesday. He didn't practice on Thursday to rest.
Yeah, he's questionable.
So he's not going to get the full pitch count. So this is going to be. It's going to be close. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be 20-17. It's going to be Baker leading them down, get the field goal at the end. So his odds for MVP, this is going to be his first statement game. This is the end of the first quarter. It'll be a hell of a way to do it. So throw down some money now, plus 2,000. It's best it's going to be all season.
Yeah, because if he comes back and beats the Eagles, or if he trounces the Eagles, if they win it all against the Eagles, his numbers are going to jump up. I bet, because, dude, Lamar's going to keep falling. You know, Patrick's going to stay mediocre. He's going to stay around there. Hurts is going to stay around there. But, like, Baker has the highest chances to move up that list. I think Josh will stay there for a while. But, dude, if Baker's in the game, now's the time to get in.
And they're playing at home. I don't know how much it really matters for Tampa Bay to be at home. They're not, like, a big defensive team that much, I guess. But, like...
Oh, they got that run defense.
Yeah,
it's their run defense going against Saquon Barkley.
I have a gut feeling I have a good feeling the Eagles are just going to trounce them this game because it's like one of those games where like the Eagles haven't looked very good and they're going to like eventually have a game where they look really good. I think this might be it, but I don't know because like Tampa Bay has a lot of people out and you know Godwin's not really playing very much, right? So like you got Igbuka, but that's about it.
That's the Baker MVP narrative. Tampa Bay's missing all their guys, and Baker's making them win anyway, right?
So then I can use this clip later and be like, see, Baker Mayfield overcame all this controversy and, like, you know, he should be MVP.
No, I'm definitely interested to see who wins that game. I think it's going to be good. But
can he pull it? Because you remember he took that picture during the draft where, like, he recreated Brett Favre's draft picture where he's, like, in the jorts.
Yep.
And so he kind of thinks of himself as, like, a little Brett Favre-ish. And can he do the Brett Favre thing where like everybody's hurt, nobody's supposed to win, but just win the game and just do it?
Yeah, he's been doing it so far. In the first 3 weeks, they've kind of been a mess. You know, the NFL's messy, and he's found a way to win. So
someone interviewed Mike Allstott, and they said, "Who on any team would you give the number 42 that plays like you do?" And he literally said Baker Mayfield. He's like the guy jumping over guys.
Like Baker.
Yeah, he's like, and he was, you know, and obviously they thought maybe a running back or something, but no, he picked Baker because he's just kind of fearless, right?
Yeah, he puts it all out there, which, you know, is fun to cheer for. All right, so I'm going to talk about the game that I thought Dave would pull up because it's his Colts playing against the Los Angeles Rams. And I got to tell you, dude, I still don't believe in the Colts. I know they're 3-0. I just can't do it. I cannot believe in them. So they have to beat the Rams. And even then, I don't know if I will. So, like, I'm such a hater on the Colts right now, and I don't understand why. But, like, just in my gut, I feel like something is wrong.
Dave kept telling us that they have a good team, and we're like, nah.
Yeah, I still don't believe it.
But I don't know.
I still
Dave,
don't believe
you have
it.
to keep telling us. We have to keep saying, nah, they're not good.
No, they do have a decent roster, but there's some things you should know too. Is that like the 3 quarterbacks they faced so far on defense have through the first 3 games, they're 3 of the lowest rated quarterbacks in the NFL. Obviously, Cam Ward's a rookie. Bo Nix, guys, Denver Radio, lowest rated quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah, don't believe me. Denver Radio is like ready to jump off a bridge right now.
So, like, I need to see the Colts go against a guy like Stafford in an offense like that can control the ball. That's going to not let them stay in rhythm and run the ball and control it and, you know, maybe create a turnover. How many turnovers do the Colts have in the first 3 games, by the way? I believe it's 0, right?
Wow.
0 turnovers through 3 games. That doesn't last forever, right? So I need to see if they're going to continue on this like crazy, like epicenter of perfectness on offense. I'm waiting for the bubble to burst, and I feel like it might happen this game. And if they beat the Rams, I'll probably still be a hater, but like, you know, you can at least shove it in my face.
I think it will revolve.
Even if they beat the Rams at LA, you're still going to hate.
I can't do it this year. I can't.
I got to put some money down on the Colts to win a Super Bowl or something if they beat the Rams. I mean, it's
you might as well. You might as well.
No, there's no way they're going to beat the Rams. The Rams are going to be so pissed off over blowing that 19 point lead in the second half last week. It was their chance to get the top seed. If their ass ain't fired up this week, nothing's going to do it. So
I get where you're coming from. Well, they could come out shooting guns and blazing, or they could come out really flat. So we'll see. But I'm very interested in watching that game. I really want to see what happens in that game. I think
it's the ghost of Tony Manders just helping the Colts, their offensive line. Remember, he went from the Packers to the Colts and resurrected his career. Now he's haunting them and helping the Colts win.
You're not allowed to bring up Tony Manders anymore.